So the next sum that we'll be looking at will use the concept of composition table. I have defined the composition table and looked at its basic overview in one of my previous videos. So I'll be linking it down somewhere over here. So let's look at the sum first. The sum says S, as I have mentioned in my previous video, you can define your own set on which the binary operation will be defined. So in this sum itself, we have a definition, a non predefined set. So I have defined S to be the set of elements which has elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the set that I have defined. This is my own set. I have not used any predefined set like the set of natural numbers or the set of rational numbers or the set of positive integers. I have defined my own set of numbers for which my binary operation will be defined. So the first step is define the set. The second step is I have to define the binary operation itself. So I have defined A star B is AB modulus 7. Now again, I have defined the modulus operation, mod n or whatever you call it. I have defined the modulus operation in my previous video. Again, if you want, I can link it down in the description box below, as well as I'll be probably linking it somewhere up over here. So as I mentioned before, multiplicative modulo n essentially is an operation where you operate in two steps. So you multiply these two numbers and then you divide it by 7, and the remainder that you get after you divide AB with 7 is the number that the resultant number essentially. So that's essentially A star B. So I've defined the operation somewhere down below. Yeah. So that is how you say A star B is AB modulus 7, which essentially means it's remainder that you get after you divide AB by 7. So let's first construct the composition table. We'll look at it stepwise. So essentially what they want us is they want us to analyze the function using the composition table. So first let's construct the composition table. So let me just increase the size so that'll be easier for you to see. Just a little bit more. Yeah, that should do it. So how you do is this composition table essentially has n plus 1 rows and n plus 1 columns, of which essentially the n rows are headed by the n elements of the set under consideration. Similarly, the n columns are headed by the n elements of the set under consideration. So this is the heading, this is this is the set of row headings, and this is the set of column headings, and essentially the composition table is this portion. So let me just let me take a different color. So I'm taking blue, and this is essentially the core composition table under consideration. Let me just do it step by step. So the square which is marked by the thick blue line is the composition table, and over on this corner we put the symbol of the binary operation that we have considered, because we can have situations where we are considering or we are analyzing more than one binary operations at the same time. So here this is a conventional procedure where we put the symbol of the binary operation on this section, so we know that this considers the binary operation star. So let's take a different color this time. So what we do is, for every element, for every row and column, we do this calculation, that is remainder of AB by 7, and we put the result here. So let's take it one step at a time. We'll do the first few, and the others I want you to do at your home in your own pen and pencil and paper, and I want you to check this. So if you want, you can take a screenshot of this screen itself and paste it somewhere for future reference, or you can just try it. The best would be to come back and look at this video again. That would be the easiest and the best, of course, for you and me. So what you can do is, let's take one at a time. So I take A equals 1 and I take B equals 1. So this portion is the A element and these are the B elements. That was too thick. Yeah. So this is the B and those are the A. What I do is I take A equals 1 and B equals 1, and then I multiply both of them. So I have to multiply A and B. So I multiply A and B and I get 1. This 1 times 1 is 1. Then I divide 1 by 7. Now 1 is not divisible by 7, so the remainder will be 1. So 1 star 1 will be remainder of 1 into 1 by 7, which is remainder of 1 by 7, which is 1. So I get 1 star 1 is 1. Again, 1 star 2 is 2. So 2 by 7, the remainder will again be 2. Similarly, 1 star 3 will be 1 into 3 by 7, the remainder. So that will be 3 seventh remainder. So that will be 3 again. So for the first row, I'll have the numbers itself, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are all numbers which are smaller than 7. So whether we after every number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. So every AB essentially for the first row will be these numbers itself. So 1 multiplied by 1, 2 multiplied by 1, 3 multiplied by 1, they'll all be the numbers itself, and they are all smaller by 7, smaller than 7. So when I divide those numbers by 7, the remainder will be the numbers itself. So the first row will be the numbers again. So that, let me take a thinner color. So 1 star 1, 2, 1 star 2, 3, 1 star 3, 1 star 4, 1 star 5, and 1 star 6. They'll all be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because these essentially the numbers will get repeated itself, because they are 1 times 1 and they are smaller than 7. So the remainder will be the number itself. That same logic can be used to find the first column as well. So in this portion, it was 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 4, 1 times 5, 1 times 6. In this column, it will be 1 times 2, 1 times 1, 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 4 times 1, 5 times 1, 6 times 1. Again, all these product numbers, here essentially what happens is you can use the concept of the fact that multiplicative operation is a binary operation in the set of rational numbers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 obviously are the set of rational numbers. I have proved that in my previous sum. So the fact that 1 times 1, 2 times 1, 3 times 1, they are all smaller than 7. So when I divide them by 7, these numbers will again reappear as the remainder after division. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they all reappear as as elements of the first column. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the first row and the first column. Next, what happens is this portion you need to do it manually. So there's no other way. So what you do is 2 times 2, that's 4. You divide 4 by 7. 4 is smaller than 7, so the remainder is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 is again smaller than 7, so when you divide by 7, it's 6. 2 4s are 8. 8 is a number which is smaller than 7. So if you divide 8 by 7, the quotient is 1 and the remainder is 1. So you get 1 as the remainder. So the first number that essentially uses this operation is 2 times 4. So 2 times 4 is remainder of 2 times 4 by 7, that is remainder of 8 by 7, that is 1. Again, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 divided by 7, the remainder is 3. 2 times 6 is 12. Divided by 5, divided by 7, the remainder is 5. So you fill the entire composition table using this setup and using this definition of binary operation. That is how you define the constructed composition table.